Okay, we're over here in the city's Oakland neighborhood. To be exact, we're at Northeast Seward and Freeman, where chase has just concluded a few minutes ago. With me is Lieutenant Adam Winters of the Kansas Highway Patrol. And Adam, what can you tell us that happened here this morning? Quite an eventful chase.
Yeah, what we did is we had a trooper that ran across a stolen vehicle at 6th and Branner, right down there by the liquor store there at the corner. When it basically happened, he tried to stop the vehicle. The vehicle went ahead and initiated a pursuit. The pursuit went all around the northeast section of the city, up around the Oakland area. The pursuit ended right here at what are we at? Corner of Freeman and Seward. So pursuit started about 9:30. It ended up concluding about 9:42.
Okay. And several people were taken into custody, I understand?
Yes, it sounds like a driver and 2 passengers were taken into custody. The pursuit ended after some intervention by law enforcement to end the pursuit.
It looks, and I'm just taking what I'm looking, did the Highway Patrol trooper have to use his car to pin another vehicle up against the building over here?
Yeah, basically what they did is we intervened with the vehicle. The vehicle ended up crashing out and ended up doing damage where it just couldn't continue anymore.
Okay. Was a taser used on the driver because he wasn't taking orders and doing what he was
From what I heard on the radio, it sounded like we did have a taser deployment. I haven't confirmed that on scene, but radio traffic seemed to indicate there was a taser deployment.
Was the KHP trooper involved with that, do you know, or was that Topeka police?
It was all Highway Patrol, yes.
And you did get some backup, though. It looks like Shawnee Sheriff.
Yep. TPD and Shawnee County Sheriff, they're obviously a great help for us. They helped us out on the scene once everything was calmed down a little bit.
Well, you know, it's scary when people do these, they don't comply with the orders, and then this chase went on. 12 minutes doesn't sound like much until you realize they went quite a ways on these streets.
Yep.
It was a little bit hairy there for a while, but it's very fortunate. No injuries at all that we know of?
No major injuries that I know of. I know they just called AMR here to the scene to check out one of the occupants. It sounds like the suspect did hit a couple vehicles as he was driving around the neighborhoods, but we've got all that stuff taken care of. No injuries there as well.
Was one of the vehicles, I saw a white car who had some damage on the driver's side, looked like an older female driver. Was she in the vehicle at the time, or do we know?
There was one that was occupied at the time. I don't know for sure if that's it. That wasn't the one that I actually went and worked. I went and worked a parked vehicle that was up on Lime Street.
Over on Lime. So just, we could say, hit 2 vehicles in this area.
Yep, up in the northeast section of the city.
Okay. And again, 3 people taken into custody. Those that were in the car, I saw a female. Do we know anything about him?
No, I know the driver's probably around that. He's a black male, probably around that 30-year-old or 30-year-old range.
Okay, and it was the green VW Beetle I see back there.
Yes, it was green VW Beetle that initiated the pursuit.
So it seems to me, if you have a stolen vehicle, there aren't many green VW Beetles. So that's a bit of a tip-off. Yeah.
It does not blend in very well.
Okay. Well, we're thankful everybody was okay at the end of the day, and no major injuries, and not really a whole lot of damage, even looks like.
Yeah, no, just some property damage to a couple of vehicles that weren't involved, and obviously a little bit of damage to a patrol car and then the.
Okay, Adam. Well, thank you for your time, sir. Always appreciate it, Adam. Okay, so there you heard it right here live from Oakland. And the street now looks like it's pretty much reopened, going to the east here at Seward. Wow. You heard it right here, folks. The green VW Beetle reported stolen. A KHP trooper picked it up over near southeast 6th and Brenner. There's the liquor store, several businesses in that vicinity. The driver did not stop for officers, began a pursuit. Again, that pursuit went through portions of East Topeka, and then it circled back around and came over the Fiesta Bridge, which is down at the far corner here, I would say about 8 blocks to the west here, down by the Santa Fe shops. The pursuit then went all through Oakland. If you're listening to it on the scanner, they were all through this small neighborhood, this little area, this little hamlet, so to speak, in northeast Topeka, where it's a tight-knit community, as you know if you've been here. Narrow streets, a lot of one-way streets. Very few have intersections, even have stop signs monitoring them or controlling them. And the vehicle that was being pursued was a kind of a lime green VW Beetle. It did hit a couple of vehicles, we're told. We think one of them may have been occupied, but nobody was hurt from what we were told. Minimal property damage, and eventually Highway Patrol troopers were able to bring this to a conclusion by using intervention or taking their vehicle and pinning this green VW here after a collision up against the wall here at 1800 Northeast Seward here in Oakland. So that's the story here, folks. We're going to conclude our report. Thank you for joining us. Always remember, folks, and it's just something for all of us, when you're out driving around Topeka or any other town, you never can really tell what's going on, and that these chases can be coming through intersections. Do please watch intersections. You know, be careful with intersections, because you never know if, in fact, there could be a chase going on. God forbid there would be, but we're very thankful there didn't appear to be a lot of traffic over here during that time of the day. Again, it started at 9:30 on Wednesday morning. It concluded at 9:42, I believe, right here, about 12 minutes. It doesn't sound like much, but folks, let me tell you, they were all through a large part of East Topeka and Northeast Topeka during that 12-minute stretch. So we're thankful to say no major injuries. 3 people have been taken into custody. The driver had to be tased because he wasn't being compliant with officers. And again, this is now completely under control. The tow truck is here. It's going to be taking this green Beetle away from the scene, and I don't believe that the highway patrol car was severely damaged either. So we will conclude our report from here, and thank you for tuning in to CJ Online's Facebook page. We're live on Facebook quite a bit, so do keep us in mind as your days get busy. If we have breaking news that's of importance, we do try to bring it to you Facebook Live, and occasionally we'll do reports on follow-up stories here as well. So do thank you for tuning in. Have a safe day and a good Halloween. Reporting now from the Oakland community of Northeast Topeka, this is Phil Anderson for CJOnline.com.